Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to be using another one of those case sketches. This one is a little bit different where you have sort of the border if you wanted to do that, but I like the little section in the center with just a sentiment. So we're going to kind of follow that theme with today's card sketches. So here I am. I'm showing you again the collection itself. I'm not going to go through all the pages. I'm just pointing out the papers that we wind up using. And the blue side is really, really beautiful. But for what I was trying to do, I felt like the light blues were the better side so you could see all of the rub-ons really well. So we're going to create a little center area of distress, and then there we have the flower we're going to put on there, and I was just testing the sentiment. I like how that looked. So mine is a little bit higher up. This one on the sketch is a little bit down towards the bottom, but the great part about sketches is you can always use it for inspiration. You don't have to match it exactly, but there are times where I do like to match it exactly, especially if it has the measurements and stuff. Why not? Because it's got everything figured out for you. But on something like this is more interpretive and lends itself to more like a mixed media vibe, right? So that's what I was thinking in putting these together. So I'm just real quick trying to fold my cards because, of course, I didn't pre-score before starting. So I'm doing it kind of old school where you just take your bone folder and fold it in half. All right, so now we're going to tape them down. And for me, I always use, if you guys ever watch any of my other videos, I use my tape runner and wet glue. And I do that for the main reason, which is to give a few seconds to be able to pull something back up if I needed to. Sometimes, depending on your adhesive you're using, once you put it down, that's it. It's a wrap, right? You can't pull it back up. You can't do nothing. So I like doing the wet glue because it gives me just a little bit of wiggle room. So for the flowers that we're using, we're going to use some foam tape to give it a little dimension. Pop it up. And then we'll also use some foam, I believe, under the sentiment as well. I have thin strips for that. I'm trying to find them right now. I'm like, I know I had them right here. Don't mind me. Just searching through. I'm like, this is so. There it is. I'm like, I know I had it. A little bit of wet glue and then position. And so quickly you have a finished card front, right? You didn't have much to do. You did a quick little rub on, added some foam to the back of your flower element, your sentiment, add some sequins, you got a card. Boom, boom, boom. That's what I love about sketches is if you have the right things, like as far as like a collection, you can make it work. And really, with all those rub-ons right there, you could make multiple cards. You know what I mean? I just grabbed out the two because I usually do one off screen and one on camera. And this time, because this one was so much of a simpler design, I felt like doing it all on camera, doing both cards was a better way to go. So that's what we're doing. Again, we're going to put down our rub-on sticker. And then we're going to rub, rub, rub. And if you pick it up and you look like there's pieces still staying, just slowly put it back and then rub again. That's so funny. Speeding up the video, it looks like I'm moving so fast. Like, is something wrong with you? But no, I don't rub that fast in regular life, okay? So now we're going to grab our other flower and get some foam behind it. And sometimes I like to do different things. So like we could have glued this one right to the card front and not use foam, but I like that the dimension on the first one, so I knew I was going to do that again. And then of course we have the sentiment. This one's a little bit longer, but it fits right at the bottom of the card front. All right, we're going to put that down, and then we'll go ahead and put some foam strips on there. Just trim down another piece and we'll attach it. Okay. Now I went back into some of my other elements, and I think these were the laser cuts, and I pulled out some of the butterflies. So I have a tiny butterfly over on the right, and then we're going to put a bigger one over here on the left, and I'm just kind of tilting it until it's lined up with the card base, so that way it fits perfectly. And I think those just give it a little added, something something. If you like it plain up at the top, that's fine. You can leave it plain on yours. But I just wanted to add just a little bit of something so that it kind of made sense why the flowers were just kind of floating where they were, right? The butterflies kind of grounded. All right, we're going to put this one, we cut up some of the foam squares to give it a little added dimension. And then the smaller one, I think I put a little piece on that as well, just to give it a little added pop as well. Because these type of cards you would hand deliver to somebody. That way you wouldn't have to worry about shipping and all that. If you're worried about the foam making it heavier or bulky as far as the card. Okay. So hit these also with glue, and then we're going to get these down. And there you have it. I love how it turns out. And then since I did it on the last card, I believe we're going to do some splatters on this one. But on this one, we're going to use just the white. Can't find the card. I had it over here on the side, but I want to say we use just the white. And if we did use another color, it probably was the blue. Let's see. Oh, I had a big drop right there. So I just took some paper towels and dabbed it right up. Yeah, I like the white. Just a little bit splash. And it just ties into the theme of that 49 and Market style, I'm having so much fun with these. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Please consider hitting the like, subscribe, and share button. Leave comments down below. I love reading y'all's comments. I want to say this is the one that goes up for the Mother's Day weekend. So all the mamas out there, happy Mother's Day. Whatever your situation may be, just happy Mother's Day. I'm a cat mama, so I always say thank you whenever anybody says it to me, because they are my babies. All right, y'all. You have a great and blessed weekend, and I will see you with our next video.